What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Miss Panda, and I'm coming at you today with another little quick video. Before we get started on today's topic actually is my Jazzy Life. I value it so much that I wanted it and did anything for it. Okay? And by it, she means the eggplant from, you guessed it, Big Hip to Chris. Okay? So before we get started on today's topic, don't forget to hit the like button, share, and subscribe to my channel because doing those things help to push my videos through the YouTube algorithm. So if you're ready, let's get started on today's topic. Let me present my screen.
Guys, I'm drinking my coffee and I'm just sitting here just thinking about life, how things just happen in your life for whatever reason it is. And I've been doing better. I feel like I have to give y'all some kind of update. I've been doing better, y'all. I do have moments that I do cry because I just think of
See, that's the thing. You got to stop coming up here. Hold on a second. You got to stop coming up here and telling people that you're crying and different things like that. And furthermore, stop coming up here like this. You see this? Stop coming up here like this. That man does not care. Okay? He does not care about your baby, and I'm not trying to be funny, because if he did, he wouldn't have left the way he did. He would have gave you an address to where he was so that you can get in contact with him, and he wouldn't have done it the way he did it. Even if he didn't want to associate with you, he still would be there for his child. So stop coming up here trying to pander to this man to make him feel sorry for you so he can come back. If he does come back, it's not going to be because he misses you. It's going to be because he want money. Okay, let's continue.
I just think of what I wanted to give to my son, Legendary, that I didn't really get to give to my older kid, the older four, more so the twins. The older two kind of got a family dynamic, in-house mom and dad situation. The twins really didn't get that. Well, they got it whenever I got kind of with Chris, but so I was kind of giving it to.
That's not true. First of all, when Chris came into that relationship, he came in there to be with you. He didn't show much of an interest in those children, because I recall where you were at your old apartment when you first moved him in your house. He turned your garage into like a little man cave because he didn't want to be around you and the said kids. Okay. It seems to me like he just basically wanted to get away from wherever he was at. And he just needed a place to land and crash until he got on his feet. He didn't want no family environment with you. You wanted that. Y'all was in two separate relationships.
Chris and Legendary and the twins. So I get sad thinking about that, thinking about I really wanted my kids to see that. I wanted them to see their mother being loved, cared for, treated like a queen, and stuff like that.
Now, first of all, you know for a fact that Chris did not love her. He did not act like he cared about her. He didn't even act like he liked her most of the time. And he certainly did not treat her like a queen. Even when he filmed, he always did it. It was always reluctant or like begrudgingly when he did it, and it's like she had to force him to do stuff. He always had an attitude like he didn't really want to be there. He always sat far apart from her. Y'all remember when, she got pregnant with Legendary, how horribly he treated her? He acted like he barely wanted to rub her stomach. He acted like he didn't want to be around her. He didn't seem happy. And remember the baby shower where she had like a virtual baby shower where her supporters sent gifts? And they did it, open up the gifts on air, and he was passing her the gifts, and people were in the chat asking why he was sitting so far apart from her. Like, I don't understand why she didn't catch on then.
I value two-parent households. I value that a lot. And when I sit back and look on my life and reflect on everything, I just be like, will I ever be there? Will I ever have, excuse me, y'all, the chance?
She just made a statement that she values two-parent households, okay? Now, my thing is, there's nothing wrong with valuing a two-parent household and wanting that. However, you wasn't going to never have that, Jasmine, with Chris, because he's just not that type of man. He just reminds me of a Rolling Stone. Wherever he lay his hat, that's his home for the moment. He might be happy over there where he's at now, but even that's temporary. Because once he gets bored with that, and he's going to leave that too. You understand what I'm saying? And then you also have to look at something, because I'm quite sure at some point you're going to want to date again. And if you don't heal from this and realize where you made certain mistakes, going into a new relationship, you're going to make the same mistakes with the new person. If you see a man, if you meet somebody and they have children by multiple women, and have multiple kids or whatever the case is, and you notice that you never see them with their kids, they never pick them up, they never call them, you never see them around on holidays or in the summertime, they don't take care of them, they always talking bad about their kid's mother. You got to pay attention to stuff like that, because you got to realize that if you have a child by this man, that's how he's going to be treating you. See, the thing about it is, you think that you're the exception, that he wasn't going to do that to you. You understand? He just did that to them because they somehow, in your mind, did something to deserve that type of treatment from him, not knowing the full story. And now you sitting in the same position at their end, and you see what they went through with him and how he just up and left, his son that he had with you the same way he did them. Okay? So you got to be careful. You got to watch how people treat other people. If they don't have no interest in taking care of children that they lay down and made, what makes you think that they're going to do right by you and do right by the child that they made with you? But you understand that now, but you have to understand it enough that moving forward, you don't get with another guy and be so vulnerable that you just allow them to do the same thing. Okay?
Chance to have a two-parent household and stuff like that for my kids. So I get kind of sad when I think about that. A lot of y'all say different things in the comments, like, Jazz, you can't let a man break you. I don't purposely just allow someone to break me. It's when I love hard. And that's not even just that.
There's nothing wrong with loving somebody, and there's nothing wrong with loving hard, because we all felt love before. But at the end of the day, you don't lose yourself in a relation just because you're in a relationship with somebody. Don't stop doing the things that you always did. If you was exercising, keep exercising. If you were hanging out with your friends, keep hanging out with your friends. You don't rearrange your entire life and your entire existence for this man. And furthermore, he single-handedly came into your life and ruined your entire life. He ruined your relationship with your mother. He ruined your relationship, I believe, even though you and Chrissy fell out because of some bull that you had did. But I believe that he influenced a lot of those things. He influenced a lot of those. He was behind it. He was the driving force behind a lot of decisions that you were making and the way that you was acting back then. You don't never let nobody come into your life and love nobody harder than you love your own self. Don't make that mistake again, okay?
I think, like I told you, I think about everything. I think about my kids having a two-parent household, someone picking up the slack where I lack, and vice versa when it comes to my kids, okay?
He didn't pick up slack, though. He just came in and he took, and he took, and he took. You bought your way into that relationship. You thought, you had some inkling that he wasn't really feeling like that about you. So that's why you was constantly throwing money at him and buying him gifts and taking him out on dates. It's like you became the man in the relationship. You became the man. It's like you were courting him. You took on the role as the provider. It's nothing wrong with a woman having her own, but a man has to provide too. And you didn't really care. You just wanted him, and you accepted the bare minimum. You wanted him whichever way he came. And if he ain't have nothing, that was okay. You was willing to provide all of it. And then once he got tired of it, it's like it's like I said, he was like the woman in the relationship. He created an exit strategy. He saved his money. And that's how women move. He operates like a female. Women move like that. When they get tired of a dude, they'll plan. They'll start stacking and secretly putting money away. That's what he did. And then they'll just kind of sneak off without saying nothing. He operates just like a woman.
I had a little bit of a two-parent household when I was growing up. It was not long, but it was a tad bit of a time. And I just felt like my son deserved that. And, the twins deserve it too. So.
See, the thing about it is you have to stop putting separation with your children. Everything is always about legendary. What works best for Legendary and Chris. You always think about your other kids as an afterthought. Y'all don't notice that? It's always what my son wants, and and the twins. But she don't never mention. You notice that she don't never mention Amaya. She don't never mention Kaylin. Like, even if you are in a new relationship, and I understand that they have a dad, which the twins have a dad too, because all four of them have the same father, and that's a good thing. But it's like, you don't really think about them like that. You only think about the twins, and you only think about Legendary. You got to start making decisions that benefit all of your kids as a whole. Okay? And that's about making better decisions for yourself, because if it don't benefit you in a good way, it's going to negatively affect them.
And not even just that, in general, all my kids deserve that. I just sit and I just think, how things were.
Oh, really? Huh? As an afterthought.
Y'all, it ain't easy to just up and get over a person. I don't care how bad it was, or I'm going to say how bad it got. Because not all days were bad. Those good days really.
And see, that's the thing. You got to know when to hold and know when to fold. You understand what I'm saying? You was willing to stay with him no matter what, no matter how bad it got. You was willing to stay with him just for the sake of having a man land next to you. Okay? You don't realize that he did you a favor because he didn't mean you no good. And you don't realize that because you're heartbroken and you're thinking with your heart right now. But your mind is trying to tell you that man needed to go. That's why he's going to keep hurting you over and over and over and over and over until you realize that. But you so dumb that you're willing to just keep accepting being hurt and stepped on and disrespected and betrayed and backstabbed just to be able to have him. That's not the only man in the world, Jasmine. Dang.
Can hit you, you know what I'm saying? And you start thinking about everything, thinking about, oh my God, like, I miss that day. I miss waking up and I have to do this and that, And it's been a little hard, balancing everything. I was dog crap tired yesterday, y'all. Dog crap tired.
Dog crap tired from what, Jasmine? You don't go out. You don't do much of anything. The only thing you do is sit in the house. You need to leave that house and get out and let the blood circulate. Let the air hit your body. Let the sun, and get you some vitamin D. And I'm not talking about just in the backyard, because you got the little play and the little jungle gym in the backyard and the little jacuzzi thing set up in the backyard. You got to go beyond that. You act like you're scared of people. The only people that you interact and talk to is people on the internet. You got to learn how to get out and mix it up and mingle with regular people. You are boring. No man wants to come home to that. You have to have something to talk about. The only thing you talk about is YouTube and what the internet trolls or the reactors are saying about you. Nobody wants to hear that over and over and over again. And then you let yourself go after you had Legend. You let yourself go because you got too comfortable and too complacent in that relationship.
Okay. Like, I was asking myself, dang, Jazz, how did I do this? But then I started thinking, this became my number one best friend. But I didn't just have one cup. I sometimes had two. Sometimes I had three. And that would get me through the night and get me through the morning and midday. And I'm just thinking, and I'm thinking, y'all are new. Back when I got my first apartment, I was on my grind, okay? Like, I think I posted the most then. So I think about that and I'm just like, I was a hustler. I was doing everything. I was on top of every sponsorship I got. I was editing.
That's the thing. You got to get back to who you was when you met him. You got to reach deep down inside yourself and pull that girl back out. She's still in there somewhere. You got to go back down in there and you got to go back to that hustler, that drive, that hunger that you had to get your money. You got to be so busy with getting your money and pray and ask God for strength. When you start missing him and you feel like you want to call him and you feel like you want to get on the internet and talk to him, ask God to pray those feelings away. Ask God to take that feeling away from you. Ask God to give you the strength to get through this, to stack your money, to work out your finances, to heal yourself internally and externally. And when you're ready, which I don't think it should be no time soon, but you do what you want to do, you grow. But when you're ready, ask God to send you somebody that is worthy of your time, that's not going to take advantage of you and use you because you're gullible and you're naive. You don't need nobody like him. Chris is a wolf, okay? And you was Little Red Riding Hood, okay? And he devoured you. He came dressed up like a sheep, and he was a wolf in sheep's clothing deep down inside, and you could not see that.
And filming and editing quick, y'all. So I kind of want to get back to that. I know y'all are gonna like, Jasmine, you're smiling. I am smiling. I'm still hurt, but I feel like each day that go by, y'all, I feel like the hurt just it's picking away a little bit.
It'll go away a little bit faster if you get out the house. You need to get out of the house a little bit more. You need to find some friends, maybe in the area, or maybe some people on social media that live close in your neighborhood that you can kind of link up with, and maybe because Legend needs to go out too. Like maybe you can take him to like maybe story time at the library, or, you know, take him to McDonald's and let him go to the play area and be around some kids his own age sometimes. Or, you know, maybe you can find go on some mommy and me play dates where, you know, the kids of ages that's close to Legendary's age, he can kind of play with them and play with toys, and you and the moms could sit down and maybe have a cup of coffee, or, you know, maybe it don't have to be anything expensive. It could be McDonald's. They have a play area. Burger King has a play area. You can go to Chick-fil-A. They have a play area. Like places like that where y'all can sit down and have some lunch, a salad maybe. That's just a suggestion. You need a salad, girl. And have some conversation, some adult conversation. I think it'll benefit both of y'all, and he'll be happier. And it'll tire him out so you can come home, feed him dinner, give him a nice bath, rub him down, put him in a bed, so that way you can have some alone time. That's why you're always overwhelmed, because you're always in the house and you're always with him. You're always with him.
A little bit. And I'm going to get through it. You know what I'm saying? You know, I have no choice. I kind of have no choice but to, at the end of the day, I'm just going to keep.
You got to be strong for your kids. You got to be strong for your kids, because you have 5 kids, not just 1, 5. Okay. And you have Ava, you have Kaylin, and you have Amaya. You have 3 daughters that are watching you. You set the tone, because you are the first impression that they have of how a woman carries herself as a woman, how a woman presents herself, how a woman is supposed to act in a relationship, and how much they're supposed to take from a man. How would you feel if we remove you and put one of your girls in your position and put them with somebody like Chris? How would you feel? You probably feel like how Mama Dukes feel. You probably wouldn't like the guy. And that's how Mama Dukes had felt, and that's how you would feel. You have to teach them, because they look to you for guidance. You have to guide them, even if you're depressed. Don't let them see that sometimes. Get up, fix yourself up, and you got to teach them the right way. Girl, you are a mess.
I'm doing what I have to do for the kids' sake and everything. I have to channel that hurt. Keep myself busy. Cleaning. Right now, because I'm tight on money, so channeling into stuff around the house. Cleaning, cooking.
My thing is, if you're tight on money, you stop dry begging. And you the type of person, I think you would benefit from having maybe another job outside of YouTube, because YouTube obviously is not enough. It would be enough, but you like to give your money to men, which I'm sure you probably still going to be giving him money because you still want to keep him in your life, which I feel like he should be giving you money right now, because you have his child. You ultimately need to march yourself down to the child support office and try to see if you can get some child support, even if you don't know an address. In a state where I live at, you don't have to know where the guy live at. The state will find them. The state has resources where the only thing you need is his social security number. He been living in your house long enough where you should have some old pay stubs, or you should have written down or memorized his social security number where they can find him. Okay? So I don't care if you only get $12. It's just the principle of it. Don't let him walk away scot-free and just make him feel like he don't have to be responsible for him. That's not fair. He made a child regardless of whether he liked you, was attracted to you, hated your guts, or wanted to spit on you, girl. He laid down with you and he knocked you up with that baby, and you didn't hold no gun to his head. So he needs to help to provide for him. And you shouldn't have to do it on your own, even if y'all not together.
Doing different cooking stuff. I want to start back bringing my cooking to my second channel.
Vlog outside the house and not just sitting inside your car in somebody's parking lot. You act like you've been on YouTube a long time, and you still act like you are afraid to vlog in public. The only time I'll see you vlog outside the house is if you sitting in your car and you just got finished going to like HEB or like Five Below or something like that. But you won't walk through no store and do it. And if you do, you usually do a voiceover because you're scared.
You know, just getting more into doing stuff, you know what I'm saying? And also just posting more, get back into my cleaning videos. Tax season around the corner. I know taxes always make a person happy. And then plus I'll be able to get my camera. That's like the thing that I'm.
And while you at it, not only I think you should get a camera, because that's a good investment, because you do YouTube and you do need to, you know, invest in your business or your craft, if that's what you want to call it. But I also think that you should, you know, do like maybe a little makeover. You know, a lot of people who go through breakups, they feel better by doing a makeover, like maybe getting your hair done, get your nails done, get your feet done. It should help you feel better. And get yourself some nice clothes. Go on Sheen Curve, or, you know, Rainbow has nice plus size clothes. It's inexpensive. Don't judge me. Yes, I do go to Rainbow sometime. Fight me. I don't care. I sure do. And they stuff ain't bad. I'm talking about the Rainbow online. And I like Shein. Some people call it Sheen. I call it Shein. Go to Sheen Curve and get you some nice things to wear. You know, and get your girls some stuff. Don't forget about them, and get your son something. Get everybody a little something. Don't cash app him nothing. Don't give him no money. Don't give him nothing, because he gonna come a knocking.
I'm gonna just give to myself is my camera. I'm gonna make sure I do what I need to do as far as my finances as well. Meaning like paying for what I need to pay for, getting that out the way and stuff like that. So yeah, y'all. I'm picking away at that sadness, you know, and trying to find the light, channeling it, y'all. I'm channeling it into something else. Soon it's kind of cold. I wanted to work out, but it's cold as hell. So I'm not working out right now, but.
That is no excuse. Okay? Hold on a second. Now, she said that she wanted to work out, but it's cold outside. First of all, we all know that she has a treadmill in the garage, right? She has a treadmill in the garage, and she has a pretty decent sized living room. Okay. And there's a whole sector on YouTube where they have all different types of workout videos. Any workout video that you can possibly think of, from Zumba to any type of aerobics, dance classes, step aerobics, strength training, anything that you could possibly think of in your mind, they have it. She could put him on a nice schedule, make sure she wake him up in the morning, feed him a nice breakfast. I'm talking about like the brown and served sausages that you cut up, and have maybe some grits or some oatmeal or some cream of wheat, something that's going to stick to him, and give him a nice bottle of milk or some juice, and cut up some, maybe some strawberries and some bananas, and make sure he's full. And he's content, so he won't give you any trouble. Spend your little time with him, but you have to put him on a schedule and set the tone to let him know that you are the adult, and he has to do what you say when you say do it. You're allowing a 2-year-old baby and his father to control your entire life. Yes, you do have to spend time with him because he's a baby, but he also has to know that every time he cries, you're not going to pick him up. Okay? You have to know that. Let me hydrate myself, because water is hydration. Hold on. Water is so good. But yeah, that's what she has to do. And start working on yourself. Even if you give yourself, start off with like maybe 15 minutes. Start off with 15 minutes, and then just little by little gradually increase it. Go to 20 minutes, go to 25 minutes, go to 30, and until you feel like you good. But don't use a cold as no excuse. Well, that will be all for today's broadcast of Miss Panda Talk Time. Thank you for listening. I love you all and be blessed. And don't forget to hit the like button, share, and subscribe to my channel because doing those things help to push my videos through the YouTube algorithm. Be blessed and have a wonderful day.